Acknowledge that you are in this space, and what are the tools are we going to use today?
Be love. Be light. Be peace. Be life. Be wrong. All right. Be strong.
So this is part 3 of backstory of how I got admitted to the psych ward. Other 2 parts I describe how I got admitted and what was my experience in the psych ward. And so with this part 3, I'm going to explain what my life looked like afterwards. So anyway, so now I was in a psych ward for 6 days. I'm now, I got discharged, and now I am getting ready to head to LA, which was a good thing. 2019, I'm heading to LA, and while I'm in LA, I still kind of I don't feel like Whitney. I feel like I'm present but not present. I'm still kind of like that's the best way I could describe my state of mind. It was like, I'm there with my sister, and I still have to take medication. My outpatient thing that I signed up for is that I have to see a psychologist, a psychiatrist, and therapist. I had to see 3 of those professions. So when I came back, the psychologist, I should probably just break it down for y'all. The psychologist is basically wants to get a better understanding of who I was my whole life. My backstory, things I struggled with as a kid, things I struggled with as a teenager. And the reason, it's like assessment. Like they're trying to figure out psychologically, where was I, how did I end up, in this depressive state of mind, and how can they better assist? Then the psychiatrist was somebody who basically prescribed me the medication, basically trying to filter through what medications is the best medication for me. And at that point, like I said, I was taking Zoloft 50 milligrams. I would see my psychiatrist I believe every month. And then with my psychologist, that was just the one time. Now fast forward, I'm now seeing my therapist. So now I'm seeing my therapist once a week, and this is before, COVID, where you could actually go to the actual physical location. And so now I'm in therapy. I felt like this particular therapist helped me in a way that I don't think he necessarily knew that he was helping me in that way. But when I would go to, go see him, he would ask me how I'm doing, and I just would lie about everything. This, that, this happened, that happened, Now, granted, most of the time I thought I was going to therapy because of my mom. Fast forward, it had nothing to do with my mother. You know what I mean? Granted, there was some things. My therapist, basically would just allow me to talk. And while I'm talking, I could hear certain things for myself that I'm like, oh, Whitney, now I see where you did wrong. I see where you could have done this better. You could have done that better. You could have use this instead of that. As time went on, he was giving me certain tools utilized during this time of healing. Because you could say after the cycle, I was going through this healing season. Started to build this toolkit. Life is going to life regardless. It doesn't matter who you are, what you got going on. Life is going to life. So I started to build this toolkit. This toolkit basically consists of this certain scenario happens. What do? Do you need to take a walk? Do you need to go to the gym? Do you need to call a friend? Do you need to journal? Do you need to rest? Do you need to eat? Based on how I feel, I'm assessing all of these different things. If I felt a certain way, it's what tool do I need? Fast forward to now, which is 2025, I still use these tools to help me to navigate through my emotions. It's been amazing. And since then, I legit have not been back at nobody's psych ward. I have not even remotely allowed myself to even get as close to not mentally well to the point where I'm breaking down, I'm shutting down, my whole body shutting down. No. Acknowledge how you feel. Acknowledge that you are in this space, and what are the tools are we going to use today? But I feel like I went through different seasons, so different tools has helped me more than others. I went through seasons where I literally just would take walks. Last year, 2024, life was lifing, and taking walks and journaling was my toolkit for that season of my life. There was seasons where it's I'll talk to people. Now, granted, I've been in therapy now since then. I've been in and out of therapy, but for the most part, I've been in therapy for the last 5 years. Therapy is the key. One of the things that I keep in place for myself is my spiritual life is the most important part. My journey with God is the most top part. And then I would say there's therapy, and then the people, your community, the people that you're surrounded by, the people that you are talking to on a regular basis. There's so many things that I have done to prevent myself from being back into the psych ward. Granted, if there was ever a time in my life where I feel like I had to go back, I would go back. No shame towards that. How we go to the hospital when we're bleeding and we're going through stuff, therapy in your mental health is just as important. Like, making sure you're conditioning your mental health is just as important as making sure you're drinking your water. Like, you know what I mean? Making sure you're eating on a regular basis. So every day I check in with myself. I wake up and I'm like, well, Whitney, how do you feel today? What is it that you need for today? And I just assess the scene, because again, life is gonna life. Things are gonna happen, and we all have to be responsible for where we are in our journey. No one's gonna help you. You can only help yourself. And if you feel like you're not in a healthy mental state, it's okay to check yourself into a psych ward. It's okay to talk to a profession. It's okay to tell your loved ones, I am not doing okay. I feel like the biggest issues when it comes to mental health is that people are so prideful. That was one of my biggest things. I'm prideful. I don't want nobody to know that. I don't want nobody to know that I'm not mentally well. I want to look like a superwoman. No, you're not. Technically, you're not. Okay? You're not a superwoman. So I will say that it's okay to get the proper help, get everything that you need to get done, and be a better version of yourself. And does it happen overnight? No. I'm talking about 5 years of healing. There were so many other more things that I had to overcome during the season of my life. But that was the starting point. Me realizing, girl, you need professional help to get to the next level of your life. Yeah, that was my backstory of how I ended up in a psych ward. And if you guys want more stories like this, please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you want me to talk about, any other backstories. But I'm going to keep this journey going because I think it's just very useful, and I just want to tell my story at this point. So yeah.